You guys been up to?
I've been playing both sides of the fence.
Shame.
I was actually in Mumble, and Varcast was asking me, "What are you doing, Andy?" I go, "Well, I'm trying to power level, and not the illegal way. I'm just I had to get a certain class up to a certain level with my other group of gamers." And he goes, "Oh, well, let me come in and I'll help you." I go, "Well, it's a Sith character." And he got very quiet. He was very serious. He says, "But this is a Republic guild." And I go, "Varcast," I go, "I hate to tell you, but I do have another group of friends I game with." And everyone else on the server goes, "Say it's not so, Andy."
Wait, you got friends?
A couple. Two.
What about you, Taylor? I know that you just got to the game. How you liking it, man? And is it my fault? And we can't hear you now.
Well,
there went.
You
He'll be
scared him
back.
away.
Okay,
Shouldn't
let me
have
get
talked
this
about the
number
game.
here.
Well, I guess I'm in the same kind of boat, really. I got a buddy of mine into the game. He's been with me in a lot of games. Like, we play D&D a lot. And he said he'd never played a science fiction-oriented game, but finally got him into it. And he's pretty happy, actually. So he dragged me into the dark side there. He wanted to actually start a character. So I got this character over here, you know, and tried an agent, and it's a lot of fun, you know. I really liked the story, and it was kind of funny. I thought how much good I could do as an evil, you know, on the evil side. You know, I was able to feed the poor and you know, free slaves and all kinds of stuff. You know, it's really interesting how the different stories play out. Like, I'm definitely on the Republic as my main character, but I find the dark side quite interesting, actually. And I thought, you know, it would be really interesting, you know, especially since the problems they're having with PvP, balancing out if some of the neutral characters, I consider bounty hunters and agents to be kind of neutral, if they could sort of make them into a separate faction or allow them to fight for either side, right? Let's say change sides in a war zone or something. What do you think of that?
For which part? I'm sorry.
For the bounty hunter.
Let's say if you have, like, you know PvP and balance, like say Brazilian. What if like agents on the Imperial side change sides or something, right? It made like scoundrels, agents, and bounty hunters like neutral.
No, that could be interesting.
What do you think?
That would be a lot more money for them to put out for doing more dialogue in a third faction, though. That's an interesting idea.
Yeah, it'd be an interesting idea. Like, I mean, not necessarily a third. Well, a third faction would be really cool, but I mean, probably too hard to do at this point. But maybe as far as just a war zone goes, maybe allowing them to fight for each side.
Yeah. And howdy, Chris.
Howdy.
Hey, Chris.
Welcome to the Hangout.
The link worked the second time around, just not the first time. If you can believe it.
I can. So let's see. Why don't you tell us about yourself? You're new to us. I'm Mike, by the way.
Howdy everyone. Chris.
Don.
Andy.
Been playing MMOs for quite some time. Started TOR in the beta and started playing since then, really. Ended up going Empire, even though I wanted to go Republic, but that's what my play group wanted to do, so I followed. Dedicated healer, always have been.
Which class are you playing for healer?
You know, I started with Inquisitor, Sorcerer, but you know, you get. Oh, it's annoying being one of a million.
Yeah.
I mean, when you do PvP and it's
purple lightning everywhere.
Eight sorcerers and maybe a bounty hunter and an agent, you start going, I feel a little less special. So I re-rolled an agent operative, and I'm actually quite in love with that class.
Oh, cool.
So I wanted to be a smuggler but this is as close as I get.
Well, it's good to hear some folks doing that because I can't play smuggler side because the play style just doesn't work for me. I can't get into it.
It's really terrible until level 30.
Okay.
It's a pain in the ass until you're level 30. I mean, as a sorcerer consular, you get everything very early, and you heal for pretty big chunks.
Mm-hmm.
And as an agent smuggler, it really starts to build up, and you start out really terrible. I mean, early on, you have no way to get out of any stuns or anything. So, like in PvP, you just get ranged to death, and you heal is slow, and you don't really have much to take advantage of combat advantage and things like that. But you hit 30, you get surgical probe, and it all gets better from there.
Mm-hmm.
Your healing numbers jump up massively. It's astounding.
Awesome. What about you guys? Don, what have you been playing?
Oh, well, mostly, of course, SOTAR. You know, like I say, I dabbled in the agent, and right now I'm playing. Well, my main character was a Jedi consular, but I'm starting to like the scout, but getting into the dirt fighting and like stick to the grind, But crowd control, I always enjoyed the crowd control games that you need to play the bard, and I did lots of enchantment and stuff like that. So
Okay.
my play style, I like the portfolio. And from the healing, so it's almost kind of my bard. So. But it changes as you go along. I mean, the story as it develops, different facets are interesting. It's definitely a game you want to explore, as far as all the different characters at some point, I would imagine.
Mm-hmm. And you are silencing heavy on me.
Yeah, same here.
What's that?
Your signal's dropping in and out.
Yeah, I've got a wireless internet, and it's probably going to do that.
It's like a really bad drive-through.
Would you like fries with that? What about
no,
you, Andy?
I wanted to... well, I started with the guild. I did a trooper, and I have to say, overall, the storyline, without getting anything, I like how all of a sudden it flip-flopped on me, and it's just pulling me in. On the Sith side, and I've actually, before I go on the Sith side, the smuggler, or the gunslinger smuggler, his storyline is actually more entertaining than Troopers. So I've actually get a kick out of playing either Bounty Hunter or the Republic side, because I like how those characters, you can either make dark side or light side and not really upset any companion so far.
Yep.
But I've been having a lot of fun. I re-rolled a Sith assassin, because the assassins just aren't my kind of class to have fun with, into a sorcerer, not knowing it was going to be a healer sort of sorcerer, but I do like the lightning.
Lots of lightning.
Lots of sparkles.
It's entertaining, except for that all of your abilities look exactly the same. They're all light. It's all purple lightning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to play a Sith character. I mean, like, the torture guys are the age I can live with.
Well, I've got a Guardian, a tank. Love him. Love him to death. As a matter of fact, we just did Eternity Vault last Friday and had a blast. The first real test of tanking him in like an operation, and I'm very happy. I'm not happy with AoE threat on him, but it's what you just got to work with and be on your toes. I've got some great folks that run with me and keep me on my toes for that. I have to keep chasing things down off of them, and so it's a good practice. But I'm loving that, and I've got a couple other tunes that I'm messing around with and leveling. A Sage Healer. I've got a Shadow, which is just fun to go and do DPS and PvP on that guy, and I'm working on a Sentinel and having a blast with that, and even all these Jedis I got, but it's fun because of the company.
Do the stories from the Jedi start getting not as stolid as they are, because they're very dry?
I guess it depends on your outlook, because I actually think the Jedi story is one of the best in the game. Now, provided I've not leveled other tunes to 50 yet, so I don't know all the end on it. But I absolutely love the epicness of the Knight story, and then when they finally fixed Kira, everything that happened with that. So, I mean, some of you have been with me in Mumble know about all of that stuff.
I haven't got my console above 12 because I feel like a good humor ice cream person, and the story is just going.
The console, the consular can sound that way. As a matter of fact, when I'm playing Rev, it sometimes feels like he's a little over the top corny. It's like, I'm here to save you, and I will do the right thing no matter what. And it's like, really?
Every single time.
Superman pose.
That's kind of entertaining, at least for a little while. Especially after you've been playing on the Empire side with people who are just kill everything all the time.
You want me to do what? You want me to kill this family? Okay, no problem.
Well, it's not even that. They won't even get to asking what the job is. It's just, can I kill you yet? Why haven't I killed you? Where's my dark side option to kill you? I'm the only guy going, I would like the question mark. The sentence that ends in a question mark. That's the one I would like. No, it doesn't end with a big exclamation point attack.
I think there's a big battle between, like, your character on the Sith side on just how pompous they can be more than the actual NPC, and I'm having that battle right now, so I'm trying to out-pompous the NPCs.
Mm-hmm.
And I found the Sith Inquisitor storyline to be kind of dry. It's very blunt.
The one thing I still laugh about this is with the Sith Inquisitor. When I was in beta and playing him, you know, when you're playing a Jedi Knight or a Consular, you have this epic build up to getting your lightsaber in this cool cinematic, and it's just awesome. And for the Sith, it's like she pulls it out of her desk drawer. Here you go. Here's my old one. Have fun. Like, really?
Hand me down. Yeah,
wow.
I had the exact same feeling when I leveled a consular. You know, I mean, you walk up to the altar and the music is epic, and if you've got it up loud, it's you know,
it's just it's like you're in the movie.
Right, it's perfect. It's perfect, and I played that, and my brother, who I got to play the game as well, he was home on leave, and I went to him afterwards, and I just went, man, this was epic. And then my Inquisitor, the chick just, here you go, I had this laying around.
Yeah, here you go.
I think it still works. She bangs it on the desk a couple times.
It's got fresh batteries, time to get to work, versus, oh, hey, this looks a little like Lord of the Rings, this dude crawling around, he's going to attack you whenever
don't
you
be dissing my class. I love the Jedi classes. Spencer, howdy.
What's going on, guys?
Hey, Spencer.
We're just talking about what tunes we're playing and how we like them.
Well, so far I haven't been disappointed, and I say that really, I haven't been disappointed in any storylines. I mean, the smuggler, you know, you find out your ship gets stolen, so spoiler alert there, I'm going, so you spend your whole tutorial part trying to get that back, you know, so that's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
The trooper is like, you know, this Dudley Do-Right guy, and then something traumatic happens. The Sith assassin.
Dudley Do-Right, who gets to flirt with everything that's female. If you're a male, holy cow.
Yeah.
Well, I've only got 50 dark side points with him until I got Vic. Vic's a pain in the keister. But yeah, I have to say, so far I haven't been disappointed storyline from any of the tunes, but I seem to be favoring the bounty hunter because I can go either way and not really suffer.
Yeah, the agent story was the most interesting so far for me.
Which one?
The agent.
I've heard some people say that, but I don't know. Yeah.
It's intriguing at parts. It's got its ups and downs. Like, I mean, initially in the starting area, it's kind of meh. When you get to Droman Koss, it gets a little better. And then, you know, I don't know. I've been dreading this section that I'm stuck in right now because he's only 30. But the section that you hit where you're basically under the Sith Inquisitor chick's thumb, that's really annoying.
Mm-hmm.
You mean Lord Koss?
No, what's her name? Starts with a Z.
Lord Zosh.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
She's hot.
I hate her. She's annoying. The only good part is walking into her chambers the first time after she goes into the Darth Jadis one. Your selection choice is, so, about these bodies.
Yeah.
Okay, so Spencer, what are your favorite?
That's tough. So I started playing a Jedi Knight, as you know. Then I picked up a smuggler while I was waiting to level with some buddies of mine. And man, I tell you what, story-wise, the smuggler's just a lot of fun. You can play it straight, you can, play it a little shady. It doesn't matter. It's just fun no matter how you do it. Whereas with the Jedi Knight, I'm kind of a purist. I feel that I have to play it the proper way, minus, taking
He sends me tells, say, Mike, I want to make sure that I do this right. Is this the right decision? Is it? Yes,
I tell you,
Spencer,
it's good
right
humor.
But
Bars.
for my money right now, Smuggler's my favorite class story-wise. To play, I love my Jedi Knight, though.
Okay.
What tree did you go with? What tree did you go with, Mike, in your shadow?
My shadow, infiltration. Total sneaky DPS. Vroom vroom. Oh man, I love it. It's really a lot of fun. Although I found out a very big disadvantage to playing stealth tunes and walking stealth through a lot of stuff is your level. You out-progress the zone, and so you end up getting to your class quest and you're not of level, and they'll kick your tail. So that was one problem. Where if I'm on my other tunes and playing with others, and even just doing solo, and I'm doing everything, killing everything along the way, I don't have that problem. As a matter of fact, I'm usually over-leveled. So.
What about instances? Does it work on bosses? Can you sneak up behind them and stuff?
Well, you tend to, for that particular tree, you want to come in stealth while the tank grabs aggro, and then your initial attack out of stealth has an additional punch to it. But then once that's over, you continue just to stab them in the back and do everything you can that way. So it's it plays like a WoW rogue in that aspect.
Yeah, you have to have a little bit more coordination with your group, though.
What's that?
You have to have a little bit more coordination with the group to make sure you can get back in behind.
Yeah, it's actually pretty nice because the Consulars have a speed buff that they can use. Their little, I forget what it's called now. I know where it is on my keyboard. Okay. And so it gives you a little burst of speed.
That's what it's called.
It could be. And so if your tank's going in and aggro, I can go ahead and hit that and then get around and behind and ready in position. So it works out pretty good. Although I've not grouped with him much at all. At all. That's why he's been sitting for quite a while.
The only thing I use it for is just getting through zones faster. Just force run everywhere.
It's really good.
With the trash.
It's really good for getting datacrons and stuff. Like when I got off of Coruscant, I was over level at that point for terrorists, thank goodness. So all I did is I went through and did the class quest and got right off that rock, which everybody loves to do, except for some.
Actually, with stealth was well in this game, I thought.
You thought it was good or bad? You broke up.
Stealth was good.
Yeah.
Stealth was in this game. Well done.
Well, my only other game that I played a stealth class in, well, there's two games, but one extensively as I had a max level was in WoW. I played a WoW rogue, and I don't see a whole lot of difference between the two except pickpocket and whatnot. So it worked out really well for me.
Companions, though. I like the way it takes your companion with you.
Mm-hmm. Now, let's see. Let's go ahead and just talk about the patch, the Rat Ghoul patch, with all the fixes and all the things that they did. What have you guys experienced from the patch? And, of course, it looks like we're going to have 1.1.1a hit tomorrow. Possibly. I don't know if we have a confirmation if tomorrow's maintenance is going to bring that in or not. We're just going to fix some issues and stuff. But how are you guys liking what's going on? Were you a part of any of the Ilum issues? What's your take on what we have already for the first content patch since the launch of the game, and it's come out really quick?
Well, I know there were a number of bugs that went out ranging from graphical bugs to just weird quest bugs. Like, for instance, I was on Balmora when that patch went through and it bugged out all my quests on Balmora to the point where I couldn't turn them in. And every quest area on my mini-map showed up as it was a completion, like, you know, the glowing green, gold symbol, like you have a mission to turn in.
Mm-hmm.
They all turned that way, and so that was a little wonky and annoying, and I sent in some tickets, and they were quick to get back to me, which was nice, but they basically just went, oh yeah, we'd like to fix that, but we can't right now.
Yeah.
Sorry. Hopefully this doesn't impact your game your gameplay. So that was kind of annoying. The other thing as well, I don't know if you guys have noticed, is like they said Mondays is going to be their patch day, but I don't know, the last 2 or 3 weeks, haven't they just gone, oh, wait, it's not ready yet, we're going to make it Tuesday instead?
No, I think they said it was Tuesday. I thought it was Tuesday, because I'm
Well, I mean, it's Tuesday at, what, 12?
Yeah, Tuesday morning.
Yeah, but it never is. Like, it hasn't been so far. They've been pushing it back.
Well, they pushed the one back, and I'm actually very thankful they did, because typically with other companies, WoW, you know, they would put out a content patch, and you knew you couldn't play for 3 to 5 days because it would be screwed up. At least they found something on the PTS, and they addressed it, and they took care of it and got it fixed. And I was surprised it actually was only delayed a day. I was expecting it to be a couple days, and so I thought that was a good call. And the downtime's been incredible.
The only reason it's particularly annoying for me, and it's more of a rarity case for my situation, because I play nights. I work nights and I sleep during the day. Mm-hmm. So my play group, we play at night. So 12 a.m.
That would be tough for you.
It's prime time for us. We're still playing, and so we planned ahead of time. And we're like, okay, Mondays is our patch day, so we'll just not play and we'll go off and do our own thing, and then we'll come back Tuesday. Mm-hmm. But that obviously threw things off, and then we ended up being down for 2 days, and so it was annoying.
Okay.
So here's my thing. Previous games we played, wow. You're right. You'd be down for days, and it would break everything. And in that system, you know, everyone had add-ons, and you had to play it. What I liked, though, what I found very reassuring from BioWare, was that they rolled out the patch a day later. You know, they recognized there were still some problems. They said, "Well, wait. Okay." It rolls out, and then there happens to be this big, huge PvP issue on Ilum, and all this camping going on, and people are freaking out. What do? They get on the next day, and they rectify that, and they kind of equalize that back out. I like the fact that I know that BioWare's listening to us. We're not going to be ignored. I mean, that's reassuring to me. I watch people, you know, BS and moan about, oh, blah, 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 it's broken. BioWare's going to take care of that. I'm not worried. That's reassuring. I know that the money I'm putting down monthly is worth it because the people care about my gaming experience.
And hey, Luke.
Hello.
Yeah, I think you're right there. I've been very happy with what they've been doing. There's one thing in the patch that I'm not happy with, and some folks could tell you I complain about it all the time, is the new cooldown system on the bar. Where it now just fades down on the cooldown instead of being black until it's activated. I was so used to looking at the black, and then I see one of my icons, it's got maybe a long cooldown. It'll still have a sliver, and I think it's ready to fire, and I'm like, it won't go.
Clicking on it.
Yeah. It's about a 4 or 5 second. Puts you about 4 or 5 seconds off.
Yeah, it's a little frustrating for me, but especially as a tank trying to get my response stuff up there and then my next stuff in the rotation.
Agents the same way, trying to keep up their adrenaline probe, their energy refresh.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Luke?
Anybody losing?
How are you liking the game so far?
Oh, I'm loving it. Been doing a lot of PvP, just at rank 50.
Wow, congrats.
Been doing operations with my guild. We got 4 out of 5 hard mode down. Did Karaga's Palace last night. That was pretty cool.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm liking it. A lot of people have been complaining about the crafting system, but it's actually better than I thought it was.
Why would they complain about the crafting system? I don't get it.
Well, a lot of people just say, it's kind of lame. But if you really go in depth into upper level stuff, and reverse engineer stuff, and you can see how much stuff you can actually make. It's actually pretty interesting. So.
There's two reasons why I've heard that the crafting system is kind of worthless, and that's that the majority of the craftable items that you can make, save for biochem, really, are not equivalent to the stuff that you can get in game. So it's like, you know, you wouldn't be able to. It's just not worth it. It's not worth it. You're not going to be able to make gear that you can wear over stuff that you pick up, with the exception of like orange items that you could make that are just different aesthetically, really, because you're just going to socket them up. And then the other complaint is that the crafting window is very hard to manage.
And I have to admit, I'm the same way. I have a 400 synth weaver on Kalik, and I don't really make anything except for gear for alts that we're leveling together, and so there's nothing at the high end that's going to be better for me, so that's a little frustrating. And then on my other tunes like Rev, my Shadow, I did pick up Bio so that I could do the stems and the bandages and stuff.
Anybody losing abilities on their bar, like just like pushing buttons and they don't happen?
That happens with relics. I know that's a problem.
My relics keep falling off the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've not had any problems with any of that.
Sometimes it's really helpful to make sure to just lock your quick lock bar. You can do that right next to your character portrait. Because I constantly somehow I end up clicking and dragging it on a load screen or something, and I come back and it's like, so that tends to happen. That'll fix it if you just lock them down. So.
I don't know, pets still seem to turn abilities on and off. I don't know if you all have had that problem. Every time you zone, dismount, loading screens, cinematics.
I thought they fixed it because my two that have got the tow cable or whatever, they're always off now.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay. I know Kemball was the worst offender for me, and I haven't played him since, so I haven't checked.
Yeah, the Trooper's droid, the 4X or whatever he is, he's got the ripcord, the tow cable thing, and it was always a pain that whenever you transitioned, you have to make sure you turn it off, otherwise you'd pull an elite right into the middle of the group.
Yeah, it was AoEs for me, because I did a lot of soloing of 4-mans and stuff like that, and you gotta be working your stuns, and it really sucks when your pet runs in there and goes, oh, grenade.
Yeah.
Now,
I think they addressed it.
One of the other things that was supposed to be in the patch, at least I thought it was, is they were supposed to fix it to where we could get rid of all those quests that we had in our log that we couldn't get rid of forever, that were like from ever ago. I've not been able to. Has anybody been able to?
No, I just ended up giving in and going and doing a bunch of them.
Well, as a matter of fact, I picked up a couple more I can't get rid of. So, like,
stop picking them up, Mike. Stop picking them up.
Well, now, Luke, since you've been doing a lot of PvP, how is the level of PvP Warzone bracket working for you right now?
It's how they bracket it off. Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, since they have their own bracket.
Yeah, I like it a lot more. It seems a lot more balanced. It was kind of just you can just tell it feels a little bit different, and it's a little bit more fair. I also have alts that I'm leveling too, and
that makes that
really
fair.
It's really good for that too, because there's not a ton of people running around in endurance. So.
Yeah, at the beginning of the leveling curve, when you went in, and there were some 40s and 50s, and Don, holy cow, buddy. Let's see if we're going to mute you. When we'd go in and you'd come up against a 50, oh my word, they would just destroy you.
I'm playing a Sork, and I mean, everyone has their advantages, you know. Sorks are, a lot of people saying they're really overpowered, because they kind of are, but because they have so much utility for PvP, but they are kind of squishy when you get on them, you know.
So, well, when you get through the bubble, they're squishy.
Yeah.
Let's refer to that.
I mean, there's certain classes that shine at PvP, and I think that's the way it should be, you know? Just like other games, there's certain classes that shine at different things, you know? In Hutball, the warriors and the knights are going to be able to tank a little bit better, you know? And, yeah, force leap and things like that. So.
Oh, man, I remember the first time we did a guild Hutball run. Actually, we were just doing PvP, and we ended up in Hutball a lot. and we ended up against another one of our larger guilds on the server that was in there, and it was made up entirely of level 50 guardians. And with heroic, or the heroic leap and everything else that they have, oh my word, they'd get the ball and they would just leap like 3 or 4 times and score. It was interesting to watch and then frustrating to watch at the same time.
I kind of wish that I could queue with like 10 people or 8 people instead of 4 people. Just because I have so many guildies that I'm like, we have to turn people down. So.
Have you successfully queued 2 groups together simultaneously and got them into the same?
No, I've never tried.
We've tried and it's not working for us.
The reason for you guys is probably there's so many Empire and so few Republic that.
Actually, I think we're the opposite.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
We're on an RP server and we've got a lot of Republic on our server.
My server, it's like 4 to 1 or something like that.
Yeah, it's the same way on mine.
But I'm happy about it because I like Hardball. So
Hardball can be pretty fun. Now, patch 1.1 or the A is supposed to fix some things. What are some of the fixes that you guys know of that in there that you're looking forward to the most? Let me look that up real quick.
I haven't seen those.
No, they're fine.
I haven't seen an A list yet.
Too busy playing.
The PvP bracketing was really one of the main things I was looking forward to, which they obviously did. And then aside from that, I'm just kind of waiting to see what they do here with the different classes and abilities in terms of if they are going to rebalance anything or change things.
Why the heck is my SOTOR.com going to the French page? Sorry.
In the last patch, I guess the assassins or Shadow Spec or something they got a little buff up in like their healing. But yeah, I'm just waiting to see if anybody else gets anything.
It's kind of interesting because the fact that there's no damage meters in PvP, everyone notices. You kind of notice, oh, Sorks are OP or operatives are OP, you know, or troopers are OP, just because of. You can tell when you get nuked down faster by one class. And BioWare could adjust those things and it would make people happier, but we don't really know what's happening in PvE. We don't know how that's affecting PvE because there's no damage meters.
Yeah, so I'd really like to see that.
It'd be interesting to see like a PvE group just go with like all warriors, an all assassin PvP group, or, you know, just to see, because then we'd be able to kind of tell which classes are putting out, because for all we know, that a certain class is just putting out so much more damage than others in PvE. So.
Right.
You got to look at other things too in terms of, you know, are they just dealing it in a burst? Is it sustained?
That's what I was
going to
say. My infiltration shadow, I have immense burst damage, but I feel that on a long fight it goes downhill. If I don't kill things in the first initial attack, then I'm in trouble. So that's my weakness.
Yeah, no, it is totally impossible to balance it, but yeah.
Can you guys check SWOTOR.com and see if it's coming up, or is it going to the French page for you?
That's good here for me.
Huh. Why is my system all of a sudden trying to speak French?
Oh, mine does that in Chrome every now and then.
Yeah, so I'm in Chrome. It's never done that until now. But then my Chrome crashed right before the Hangout, so.
I've had mine send me to French sometimes.
Parlez-vous français? It's doing it. It's like, dang it. And I try to get rid of the French part, and it's going right back to French.
You know, the other thing about balancing that I'm looking at, I'm not just looking at DPS because I could actually care very little about it. Actually, I'm more interested in things from a healing perspective. I'm interested to see, for instance, if they buff the AoE heals, for instance, of everybody with the exception of the Sork and the Consular, because theirs is fine. Or, you know, if agents, if they're going to up diagnostic scan so that it's a little more worthwhile. Because I don't know, whoever thought healing for, you know, 150 damage, 150 health over 3 seconds channeled was a great idea.
Oh, do you even use that?
You know what the thing is? It's got a 4-point talent,
and you actually do use it. You cycle it a
Later
lot
on.
because it's your
Oh,
it's
really?
your filler, and it has a high crit chance, which is useless because it crits for nothing. And you get 1 energy back per crit, which is also useless. But you do
I'm
actually end
leveling.
up cycling it a lot.
I'm leveling an operative just because we get to the operation and we realize like all of the guild is sorcerers and assassins, you know. So it's like I'm leveling an operative just so we have some diversity in the group.
That's exactly why I went operative over my Sork, because I just got tired of being 1 of a million.
Okay. Well, I think we've pretty much summed it up. What I'm going to do is thank you guys for coming out. I think what we're going to do is we're going to kind of reevaluate what's going to happen with the Hangout, because it's getting more and more difficult to get folks to come out, and that's fine. So what we'll do is we'll develop maybe another way that we can do stuff, or do some really informal Hangouts and things, not do the broadcasting and things like that. But it was a really good run, and I've seen this happening across even G+. Is there was a lot of traffic before the game came out. Now that we're in the game, we're all too busy playing.
Yeah, no one wants to get off the game to talk about it. We'd rather stay and mumble and talk about it while we play.
Yeah, exactly. But thanks, guys, for coming out. I really appreciate it. I am going to post this because we did get some good conversation and stuff in. But thank you, and have a wonderful evening.
Take care, guys.
Bye.
Cheers.
All right, later.
Oh, I wish I could have made damn holidays. Too busy.
I know what you mean.